everybody, my name's Ed Durbis. This is 9-3 Drive. Today, we're driving a 2022 Volkswagen GTI with a manual transmission, 3 pedals, 2.0 inline, 4-cylinder, turbocharged, producing 241 horsepower and 273 pounds of torque, and it'll get it from 0 to 60 in just 5.1 seconds if you have the automatic transmission. With the manual, it is a tad bit slower, but it is more entertaining. And the quarter mile will cross it at 13.6 at 105 miles an hour. Big history on the GTI. The original GTI came out in 1976, and it didn't make it into the United States until 1983, which was its second generation. And since then, it has been on the Car and Driver top 10 list over and over again. So, with that being said, let's see what this 2022 GTI has to offer. And then we'll get back to a little bit more history of what the first engine was on the original GTI. So let's get this show on the road. All right, here we go, getting inside the Volkswagen GTI. As you can see, it has got the leather two-tone. This one is the Autobahn edition. So you come inside. And the first thing you can see is the instrument cluster right there. It is a 10.3, and on the other side, we'll hit the hit start button. You got a 10-inch screen right there. And of course, look at this. Smooth as butter. To put it in reverse, you have to go down and up. Typical German cars. Push button start. All the materials are pretty good. Everything lights up as soon as you turn on the car. Here, plastic's okay. It's a little plasticky here. Switches for the lights. Hit okay. And then if you go here, you go into mode. Obviously, I already put it on sports mode there. To hit the climate control, you hit climate control. And there you have your climate control. It is pretty hot, so we'll turn the fan on a little bit. It doesn't sound like a jet fighting away like we did at BMW last time. But look at those kind of Recaro looking seats. Plenty of space in the back. We have a pretty large sunroof, but it's not a panoramic sunroof. So overall, pretty clean look. This is the first year you have the digital displays. Otherwise, it's always been analog. So let's go. Let's see what she drives like. All right, here we go. Driving the GTI. Yeah, excuse me. It's been a while since I've driven a stick thing. Last time I drove a 3 pedals. When we were driving that Corvette, that Stingray. Today we're in this GTI, and I want to find out why is it always in one of Car and Driver's favorite top 10 over the years and years and years. Yep. Oh yeah, this thing is entertaining, I can tell already. It likes the boogie. All right, we'll do our usual. We'll take it for a spin. Do a standstill. And then we'll do our final thoughts with the 2022 GTI. So like I mentioned earlier in the intro, yes, 1976. Volkswagen introduced the GTI to the European market, and they borrowed an engine from who else? Audi. A 1.6 4-cylinder producing 110 horsepower. And like I said, it didn't come to North America, which was the second generation. It's when it finally made it to America in 1983. And since then, the formula has stayed exactly the same. 4 cylinders, manual transmissions. Now until later years, you start getting the automatic. So yeah, here we are. And I can tell you right off the bat right now, it drives smoothly and perfect. So let's go farther down. We're stuck here at light, and then we'll do some final thoughts and a standstill and go from there. All right, here we go. From a standstill, for all the beans, all the marbles. Yeah, it's quick, but not so much that it's quick, it's just entertaining. Reason why, I gotta believe, people love these GTIs. The GTI is basically the hatchback that put the hot rod in hatchbacks. Before that, you know, back in '83, you got a Honda Civic. It was the 1500 S model, which was the beginning of the Honda's SI line. And obviously now today you get the Type R, and now with the new Integra Type R. But really, the GTI is what started all of it. It was just practical, it was entertaining, and it was just truly a joy to drive, just like this car it is today. That transmission is perfect. Once you get used to where the clutch bites, it's like butter, I tell you, like butter. Yeah, this is a fun car. Maybe we should add one of these to the 93 fleet. Although I think I would have to go with an automatic. I know what you guys are saying, but you know, sitting here in Washington D.C. and stop and go traffic, you guys have no idea how bad traffic is here. So that would, at the end of the day, my knee would be killing me on my left leg. But anyway, yeah, let's take her around twisties and see what she's like, and then we'll do our final thoughts. All right, got a little twisty here. It hooks up pretty well. It soaks up the bumps. It doesn't really beat you up. We have in third, and it's got just enough torque to pick up and go. We'll open up a little room here and let these guys go, and then we'll go around this kind of S's, drop it down to second gear, give up some room to see how she stays around the turns. All right, give her a little gas. We'll go catch up with those guys. Yeah. This is definitely an entertaining car for sure. Fast, eager, and it's not going to break the piggy bank. And if you're pretty conservative with it, I bet it'll be good on fuel as well. But of course, if you have a big heavy foot like I do over here, yeah, I'll eat some gas. All right, not bad. Just going through the gears is just fantastic. It just loves, and like I said, just if you find you just find exactly the sweet spot for the clutch, perfect. This is just, yeah, if you live somewhere where there's not a lot of traffic, the manual's the way to go. But if you live in a congested area like here in the DC or any big metropolitan, yeah, I would go with the automatic transmission. Plus, it is, gives you that 0-16 5.1, where here I think it drops about a second, so you're looking at about 6.1. And obviously, if you need more power, you could always up for the R version of it, and that one gets the Audi's S3 engine in it, with a little bit over 300 horsepower. let's flip it around. Let's head back, do our final thoughts. Yeah, why not? Another round of twisties. It handles beautifully. It's such a joy just to go through the gears because it's so easy. We're catching up some knuckleheads. This is truly, truly an entertaining little car. Turn in is perfect. Nice weight in the steering wheel. Stays planted. Beautiful. All right, I'm rambling on and I'm having way too much fun. Let's head back. All right, moseying our ways back with our final thoughts on the 2022 GTI Autobahn Edition. I have to say, I don't know if you noticed through the video, yeah, I enjoyed it. It is a fun hatchback for sure. And it's got, yes, it is hatchback, so it's practical to get stuff in and out, but there doesn't have a lot of space in the back. So if it's just going to be two people, it's perfect. You put the seats down and you can definitely carry a lot of stuff. But if you're carrying some friends in the back or kids, you're slightly limited to the amount of space you have to carry stuff. So in that regards, it's not as flexible as you like it to, but it makes up in volumes when it comes to entertainment. It's got a nice little growl from the exhaust, nothing crazy. I'm sure that the R version of it is probably a little bit louder, and it has 4 pipes in the back. The layout is perfectly well. I mean, the digital displays are fantastic. The ambient lighting is interesting because when you change the ambient lighting, it changes the color on the displays as well, but it really makes them really bright. The color of this car outside, yeah, you can't say it's boring. It's not gray, white, or black, which is the majority of cars today. So, but other than that, this turbocharged 2.0 inline 4 is just a nice. It just likes to rev, and made it to this transmission. It is absolutely amazing. It's such a compelling package. And the quality of the car inside does feel, yeah, there's a little bit of plastic here and here, and you can't. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's an entry Volkswagen, but it's well appointed, really nice, 480 watts Harman Kardon surround sound system. So yeah, just to let you know, we are trying out a new mic. So if there's a little bit of different sounds on this video, it's just because of that. I'm trying to work with the mic so I can get better audio for you guys, so you can hear me a little bit better. It gets a little crazy when you have the AC blowing and it gets through the mic. Anyway, design-wise, perfect. The car design itself has always stayed the same, kind of this little boxy shape. It's always been. I mean, yeah, it's a little more, looks a little more dynamic, but it still has the little boxy shape in itself. But as I said, perfect little car. I have to say thank you so much to my friend Brian Butler over at Orsman Volvo, who let us come and test drive this car. His information is in the link right down below. Same thing with the information of this car that is for sale as we speak, with barely any miles on it. The car was actually traded in, believe it or not, for an R version. So if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe. It does help the channel. Comment, let me know. I'm trying to bring other cars, not just big high-end cars, for everybody else to be able to experience the channel as well. Give it a little thumbs up if you like this video. Share the video with your friends. Let them know. Show them the content. That'll help the video as well. And if you have not turned on that notification bell, ding! what are you waiting for? That way you know that when the next show is coming on. Again, thank you so much for everybody. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I can't wait to catch you guys in the next video very soon. Until then, bye.